Simple plant-based swaps that make life easier. Going plant-based does not require a complete lifestyle overhaul. Discover simple food swaps that make eating more plant-based easy, satisfying, and practical. Small upgrades can improve your meals, energy, and confidence as you explore the pre-vegan path. When people first start thinking about eating more plant-based foods, one of the biggest questions they have is this: what would I actually eat? For many people, the idea of plant-based eating feels overwhelming because they imagine they have to completely change their diet overnight. But the truth is much simpler than that. Most people do not begin by changing everything. They begin by changing one thing at a time. This approach makes the journey much more practical and much more sustainable. Instead of focusing on everything you might remove from your diet, a better place to start is by focusing on what you can swap or upgrade. Think of it as small improvements. Small improvements add up quickly. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine someone named Elena. Elena drinks coffee every morning with dairy milk. One day, she tries oat milk. She expects it to taste strange, but instead, she realizes something interesting. It's creamy, it tastes good, and it works perfectly in her coffee. So from that day forward, she starts using oat milk instead of dairy milk. That single change takes almost no effort, but it's still a meaningful step towards eating more plant-based foods. And once someone makes one small change like that, something interesting happens. They become more curious. They start asking questions like, what else can I try? This is where simple plant-based swaps become powerful. Let's look at a few examples that many people try early in their journey. Milk alternatives are often the easiest place to start. Today, there are many options available. Oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, coconut milk. Many people discover they actually prefer these options once they try them. Another easy swap is plant-based burgers. Restaurants and grocery stores now offer a wide range of options that replicate the flavor and texture people are used to. For someone who enjoys burgers, switching to a plant-based version can feel surprisingly familiar. Pasta dishes are another great place to experiment. Instead of meat-based sauces, many people try hearty tomato sauce filled with vegetable, lentils, and mushrooms. The dish feels comforting and satisfying, just with a different foundation. Snacks are also easier than many people expect. Many popular snacks are already plant-based. Things like hummus and pita, guacamole and chips, peanut butter with fruit, roasted nuts. Once people start exploring these options, they often realize something important. Plant-based eating is not about restriction. It's about expansion. You begin discovering new flavors, new ingredients, and new recipes that may never have been part of your routine before. Another helpful mindset is to remember that you don't have to make every meal plant-based immediately. Some people start with one meal a day. Others begin with 1 or 2 plant-based meals each week. Over time, those small changes often grow naturally, and the more comfortable someone becomes with these foods, the easier the journey feels. One of the biggest advantages people have today is access. Plant-based foods are far more available than they were even a decade ago. Most grocery stores now carry plant-based options. Restaurants are expanding their menus, and entire plant-based restaurants are opening in cities around the world. The landscape is changing quickly because more people are becoming curious. Curiosity leads to experimentation, and experimentation often leads to new habits. So if you're exploring the pre-vegan path, remember this: you don't need to change everything today. You only need to start somewhere. A single swap is enough to begin. Here is a simple action step you can try this week. Choose one food swap to experiment with. Maybe you try a plant-based milk. Maybe you order a plant-based burger. Maybe you cook a vegetable-centered meal at home. Approach it with curiosity, notice how it tastes, notice how you feel, and the goal is not perfection. The goal is exploration, because every small change helps you move forward on the pre-vegan path.